welcome to this question and answer talk with the dance movie genre in its focus. My name is Andrea Boll. I'm the initiator of Dance on Screen in Zurich, Switzerland, in collaboration with Cinedans in Amsterdam. We do have 3 speakers here today who now going to introduce themselves to you. Please.
Hello everyone, my name is Stepahn and I am responsible for the programmation for the Arthouse cinemas. And in the normal time, without this little thing called coronavirus, we would be now in the cinemas, in our cinemas in Zurich, and watch the movies there. And I think I'm the only one who has not a deep knowledge of dance, but I really enjoyed watching the movies and I'm looking forward to the discussion now.
Hello, everybody. My name is Andrea Maciel. I am Brazilian and live here in Zurich since 8 years. And I'm a choreographer and dancer and teacher. I work in the field of art and education for about more than 35 years old. And yes, and I used to work with video dance that we call in Brazil more video dance, that's film dance, as here. And yeah, I'm very happy to participate of this program.
Hello, I'm Martine Dekker. I'm the director of Cinedans Amsterdam. We present a dance film festival since 2003 in Amsterdam and also collaborate with partners abroad to bring the dance film to other cities and places. And since 2019, I think 2019, Andrea, we collaborate with Andrea Boll, bollwerkfilm and bollwerk dance on screen. And so this, we run an entry call, we do a selection, and so we work together with international partners in different ways. Andrea is a curator of her own program, and we work together watching the entries that we have in our festival, and Andrea makes her own program in that. So we co-present and Andrea is curating her vision and view and selection of the films, which is very nice and refreshing for us as well.
Thank you very much. First question for you, Martine. You're the director of a renowned dance film festival, which exists for quite a while now. And I was wondering, how is the dance film genre at the moment? What is the condition? What are the potentials? What are the obstacles? What is your view on that?
Yes, as you know, the dance film is more an experimental form and still is recognized as such, as an experimental genre that is in development and will stay in development. But it is actually, like all film types, always in development, and there will always be new ways of looking up to this dance film genre and way of making dance films, or combining dance and film. At the moment, you can see that a lot of dance makers are orientating on film, which has, of course, to do with Corona as well. So that is very an obvious legitimation to dive into the specifics of film in dance. But of course, it's happening for a long time already. Actually, from the start of the development of the film, dance and movement had always been, yeah, an object to study and to film. But what you see at the moment, I think, is that not only due to Corona, but also as a development within dance makers, that more and more dance makers and dancers are orientating on different ways of working and presenting their work fields and broaden their work fields. And is they are easily, because film and the moving image, with also the internet and the development of YouTube and Vimeo and the smartphone, of course, and filming are tools, or it's not too far away from the daily practice of the daily life. And within the dance, so the dancers always have been working with video, recording their choreographies for their own archives and to study or to educate. Yeah, and since it's been more and more used, so the younger generation dive earlier or faster into the field of film, and it's a do-it-yourself generation as well. So they would look everything up on the internet, and then that it's not a far thing for them. So maybe 10 or 15 years ago, there were some choreographers and dancers who said, I do want to make a film. And now it's more in their daily practice. And so a lot of things are made, but you can also see that there's been a lot of films made, but you can also watch on the entries that we get that the perspective and opportunities and the tools that film can bring into the dance is still in development. So, and that's also has to do with education, I think, within the field of the dance world. So that film, to make a good film or to use the filmic tools within the dance, yeah, it needs more development, I think. But I'm very happy that it's happening a lot, and that there are a lot of young makers, older makers, new makers are orientating towards film in different ways.
Thank you very much. Stepahn, for you, with your background in the film industry, how is that for you to look at that program of this year's Dance on Screen, Dance on Screen 21? By the way, I really would like to officially say welcome to the Arthouse Kinos as a collaborator of Dance on Screen. I'm really very happy and excited about this new collaboration. And so yeah, I'm very curious to hear from you. How do you receive those dance movies? We have documentation, we have short films in the program. What is your opinion about the program?
Yeah, like I said before, my knowledge on dance is limited, to say the least. But I think it's fair to say that dance and basically also expressions were always important in movies, since the silent films. I mean, there of course was really big, but I also think of a lot of recent examples. For example, was Climax from Gaspar Noé was a dance scene which really fascinated me. So I think there was always this huge connection. And so I watched already some films about dance, of course, but such a program with a clear focus on dance was something new to me. And I really enjoyed watching it. And I thought there was quite a huge difference between the movies. Some of them were quite political, which was surprising to me as well. Some of them aesthetically really, really interesting. But what I encountered, what I really like about about this program is that when you have a less classic narrative, as we mostly have with fiction documentaries, you can really go into the emotions. There is a lot of room for interpretation. It's just about feel. You see what's on the screen and how you react to it. And I really enjoyed that one. You can discover something meaningful, I think. And I had the feeling that the camera was used very differently through the shorts. Sometimes it was quite static, focused only on the frame, sometimes going quick from close up to long shots, using hand cameras also. But for me, what I was getting after like the first two, really getting into or focused on was actually not so much the camera, but more the sound of the movies. Because I had the feeling that in every movie, the sound was really, really precise. Some of them were using music, some of them not, but I mean, really the sound of nature, the sound of the dancers breathing, living, dancing. I thought that was so intense and was super exciting and gave a lot of depth into the movies. And there was one in particular which used that thing extremely well, I thought, was Shadow Animals. It was, for me, was a really intense movie, almost a genre movie, playing with a lot of film elements, all this. It looked like all these great Nordic genre movies, and had also, like, I think, quite a high production value. And it created a really intense world through the eyes of a child, which is both unsettling. Some of them things were really weird, what's going on now, but it was also fascinating, and I enjoyed a lot the perspective through the eyes of a child. And it had sort of a dream logic at one point. You don't really know what's going on. And together with the dance performance, for me, it was a really unique experience. And it's a good example that shows how broad you can go with doing a dance movie or working with expressions. You can basically go into any genres, and I really enjoyed that one.
Great, thank you. Yeah, I think if I may say, yeah, the precision in sound, it's funny that you mentioned that. I think that's, of course, when we choreograph, we work very precise with music. I think that's probably in the nature of working with dance. Yeah.
Yeah, and I also, if I just can expand on that, like thinking about what's the difference between watching a dance movie and watching a performance. And I thought that with the sound, you can be, with a movie, you can even be way more exact and precise than you can do with a performance. Maybe that was something that was also exciting to me, that you can really control what the audience is hearing, really, really precise. And I like that one.
Andrea, you are a choreographer. You have been, when I look at your work, I saw you do a lot of experiment also with actually using the camera really as an eye. So if I look at you had on your website, you had some experiments with video. So where, for example, also there is a filter or something in front of the camera, so we cannot see everything. And that you get the feeling that you use the camera a lot really as an eye. So as an audience, when I look at it, I get the feeling I'm standing behind the camera. Is that something which is your fascination with dance film, or not at all?
Well, yeah, you just brought some very special topic in my work with video dance. And my point of view about it is that the video maker is, when we make a video dance, I was there dancing as a dancer performer, but the video maker, I consider that we make a kind of duo. He's also a dancer. In our experimentations, they participate of the choices of the eye of the audience, but at the same time is her choice how to interact with me as a dancer, and the combination of this interaction that bring us the final result of the video. And all of these parts that you really cannot, the pixels that you see, that the image is not so precise. Actually, this was made intentionally, because it's to give us the idea that the video maker are interfering in the scene with his own wishes, with his own choices. And finally, we have the final choreography in the editing moment when we are together, choosing the movements in a certain order, in a certain dynamic, and this gives us this combination that we call the choreography or the dance film, because we always, and I say we because it's very I think that's a very specific characteristic of video dances or film dances, that you cannot separate more where start dance and finish film, or when finish film and start dance. I think that the film dance is a dance made of a film and a film made of a dance. We have a third stuff that appears, that born through this relationship. And this is very special because it's complementary. And I think that is a great quality and some specific quality of film dances, because of course, you have this integration of all team working to make a film, but in film dances or dance films, we have these. Each one have a very, very special responsibility in the result of the work, and this. And going further with this, my feeling is that we really try a collaboration between us where we do this. What I observe in my experience working side by side with a video maker, that the body of video maker also is crossed in other way, you know what I'm saying? Then it's not only about the bodies of the dancers, of the performances. I think that the challenge for the video maker working with dance films is that they need to come in some dance, because all of the movements with the camera, and we work a lot with the no Steadicam camera in the hand, that really create a choreography in his body. That I feel sorry for that we didn't film. We made a film from the film, because along the time I observed that changed a lot. The perspective of the perspective video maker, he created a bigger spectrum of possibilities of movement.
Stepahn, you would like to add something?
Yes, I can agree. I think words are sometimes the easier way to communicate, to tell a story, but it's the question is not if it's easy or if it's a bit, it's how the reaction comes from the audience. And I think I totally agree with that. I mean, that's when it comes to movies, there is, in general, I mean, not only talking about dance films, there is way more than words. It's about the how you pose the camera, how you the lighting, etc., the music, the sound. There is so much more to it than words, and I think these dance films, they embody that in perfect, because then you have, in addition to that, and protagonist or protagonists which don't speak, and you only can look at their body and feel with them. And I think in many of the movies, there's a really special experience to see what's happening. I don't remember the name, but like one movie which also popped into my mind was it was only like a desert or a countryside, and you see a group of people running, and like from the very first second it clicked something, and that's something beautiful to see.
That's Fibonacci. You're talking about Fibonacci is the title. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, thank you very much for your time, and it was very nice to hear your thoughts about the program. And yes, thank you.
Thank you, everybody, and have a nice day.
Thank you very much. It was a big pleasure to be here with you, and I wish you a great time.
Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you enjoyed the program.